What is going on, guys? Welcome to Off-Road Wednesday. We are back with the 144 speed ATV. Today I'm doing a Sprocket. Also looking into the exhaust. Got a lot of comments last week saying how the factory exhaust is restrictive. I don't think the exhaust pipe is restrictive. I think the muffler might be restrictive. So we're going to be putting a Go Power Sports racing muffler that we've used in the past, and they've proven to be good. I also bought a new brake handle. Just going to replace this whole unit. It was like $14 on eBay. Hopefully Ike will be joining me in the latter part of this video. He is still feeling like crap with the flu. All right, honestly, he's starting to feel a little bit better, but he doesn't want to overdo it and then feel worse again because he already did that once. So let's jump into it by replacing the factory engine sprocket with this smaller one. Definitely different than a 212. That flywheel is tiny. Here's the sprocket we're replacing. Here's the sprocket that came off the 140. Here's the one that came off the 107. The 107 is 13 teeth. The 140 is 16 teeth. We should see a big improvement in acceleration with a smaller sprocket, but a reduction in top speed. I'm hoping it'll still do at least mid-30s. One more difference to note between these two sprockets, the smaller one is actually skinnier, so we can run 420 chain versus 40 for the 140. And the rear sprocket is the skinnier size as well, so we won't have a sloppy chain anymore. So after looking around, I found how to tension the chain on this ATV. It's not on the engine. I knew it wasn't on the engine because the engine's hard mounted with no adjustment. So it had to be on the axle, kind of like a mini bike. So there are 4 bolts you have to loosen. 1, 2, 3, 4, and in addition to these nuts that you need to either loosen or tighten depending if you want to loosen or tighten the chain. Oh, you can tell it's loose there. All right, so we wanna, let's push the axle forwards. You guys just missed about 30 minutes of frustration as I was trying to pull this axle out to tension the chain. The thing is just rusty and frozen up, and we have stripped threads. It's bad, but I got it figured out. The chain is tight. Now we just need to cut the chain, put the master link in, and the sprocket swap will be done. It's about 9 o'clock at night, but I don't care. I'm going out for a ride anyway. I mean, I can't really tell because it's dark, but it freaking pulls harder than before. I mean, I knew that was going to happen, but like, oh, it pulls hard. I've been thinking about how this 144 speed and like a 212 with a torque converter and like some basic performance upgrades, how they stack up against each other. And honestly, it really comes down to your budget and what you want and kind of the complexity you're willing to deal with in your own build. I mean, you know, this 4-speed complicates things in that you need a hand clutch, whereas a torque converter, it's continuously variable transmission is basically what it is. It's a CVT. And you really don't have to worry about like a hand clutch. This setup is also more expensive than a 212 with a governor delete stage 1 kit and a torque converter. But yeah, I mean, it really comes down to your own application. We've done plenty of 212 stuff. I mean, I love 212 stuff, Predators, that's what got us started, but it's, you know, I think it's really cool to get into something a little bit different. Anyway, brake lever. I can do that in like 2 seconds. So rather than replacing the entire brake handle, I was just thinking of replacing the broken piece. I mean, sure, the new one is shiny and pretty and stuff, but like the only broken piece is this one right here, and I can take this off and replace it in like 2 minutes. Bam! Just like that. Bam, installed. Alright, so brakes are like a 2 out of 10, but hey, they are functional. Alright, I might need to adjust the brakes, but I'm just gonna wait for Ike on that. And that's where Ike really comes in handy. I can figure this stuff out, but it takes me 3 or 4 times longer than him. Like, seriously. That dude is a whiz. He's a mechanical whiz. He's been working on freaking cars and go-karts since he was like 10 years old. Like, I'm gonna give away his age here, but like 30 years ago. So it's just, you know, especially when I'm having to do this stuff by myself, it's incredible, like, you know, what he can do in the amount of time. You know, doesn't have a degree in engineering or anything like that, but he can whip some stuff up and fast. A lot of you guys were commenting in last week's video that the factory exhaust is restrictive. I kind of thought so. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence on that one. But what we can do is put an RLV racing muffler on it and slice that factory one off and see what happens. Cutting the factory muffler off and putting this new muffler on means that the exhaust isn't going to entirely go out the back, meaning we might melt our body a little bit, but you know, it'll be all right. And then additionally, it has no support, so I'll either weld up a support or it'll probably just flop all over the place. So we'll see what seems to be the best solution here. Probably gonna need to add another shim too, because this muffler is built for like a 212 header, not one of these headers. But I'm gonna fire it up real quick and just listen to it, open header, no muffler. Alright, so the muffler's on and it's tight. Problem is, because I have the shims in there, it won't actually tighten up. So, Ike's gonna have the perfect answer for that. I'm gonna wait for him to install this. But it is late. I'm gonna go for a ride tomorrow. Bring you guys along, of course. I'll see y'all then. So, I did not have time to put the new muffler on it. But Ike is here, and he's ready to ride the ATV for the first time since I did the gear change on it. And the kickstart, for that matter. So, be careful, dude, because she got some darn wheelie action now. Sweet! It is so loud. I'm sure the cops have already been called. Yeah, it's so loud, dude. Is it? Yeah. That's about to be fun. Ooh. It's just funny, man. Like,
I got a little muddy.
you were getting on it, and it, like, mud was flying like 10 feet in the air.
I was going for the show.
Yeah.
Did I get wrapped up?
Yeah, a little bit there, dude.
Yeah. So I need to wash my coat tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, we are gonna hose this thing off. That's all we have time for today. We gotta get these front brakes working. We got our new bracket, but they need to be cleaned and adjusted, the front brakes, and they're 2 independent drums, right?
Yes.
On the front. Yeah, something weird that I've personally never messed with. Other than that, we need a muffler on here. I know we didn't have time for it, but we need a muffler.
You're the one that cut it off.
Yeah, I did cut it off because I don't know, want to see what it would sound like. I wanted to go fast. Yeah, you can't blame me. But it's just too loud. How you doing over there?
Yeah, I got mud in my
Muddy foot.
socks.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Cars and Cameras Reviews.
Check me out at Isaac. It'll be fine.
We got to thank our sponsor, Go Power Sports, for the racing chain and the muffler that we haven't installed yet. Anyway, support the channel by buying a sticker, hoodie, hat, or t-shirt at cars-cameras.com. Thanks for watching. We will see you Monday.